Hello guys and welcome back to the King Shuckle YouTube channel. The shinies I'll be hunting today were based on your guys' comments. And your guys' comments suggested doing a normal shiny power sandwich. But more specifically, some of the evolutions. In front of me right now is the Pokemon home boxes, where I'll be storing all of the Pokemon I collect throughout this series. Let's make the sandwiches and get started. My goal for this series is to try and get as many shiny Pokemon as possible each day, while also using the power or the encounter powers that you guys suggest. So because I'm doing normal type, I have a Smeargle outbreak, but I'm not sure if I'll do that, even though it is normal type. I don't have any other normal type hunts. So I'll start out with Smeargle. There's Hoot Hoot as well. But I'm going to make the normal shiny encounter power and then start the Smeargle hunt. While I'm travelling over to this Smeargle outbreak, I'll remind you guys to subscribe. I'd also like to thank you all for the support on the first video. It did a lot better than I expected, and yeah, I'm going to keep making these videos, even though this is the first of the official series. But I'm going to keep making these videos, and I'm hoping you guys are going to keep watching. When making these sandwiches, I know people use a lot of different ways, but the way I normally do it is 1 serving of pickles, 1 serving of cucumber, and then 3 ingredients of what I want to use. So for normal types, it'll be tofu. So if I use 3 tofu, and then some Herba Mystica, sweet and salty, I will be able to properly make this sandwich, try and get a shiny Smeargle, and then if I do, move over to a Hoot Hoot, and then after that, hopefully I will be able to just get more, just run across them in the wild. I always hate the normal sandwiches though, because the tofu blocks are so large and so easy to fall over. And if any of the tofu falls out, you have to remake the sandwich and you lose your resources, which is really annoying, especially how rare Herba Mystica is. And what I like to do is to save the hassle of breaking the sandwich. I just place the bread over here, so that way you don't need to. The sandwich will still work the same. You'll still be able to get the shiny encounter power, as I'm about to show you. Yeah, so this is how a normal sparkling power sandwich looks, as you can see. And there we go, sparkling power normal, title power normal, and encounter power normal. So now when I pack up my picnic, Smeargle should start spawning in all around me. And let's get to hunting. What I plan to do is slowly and surely, as you can see my team right now, have quite a few good shinies, but I'm going to try and encounter all of the ones I can again, and then slowly replace the Pokemon on my team with shinies I caught in these types of videos. Hopefully that plan will work and won't take too long. Yeah, I'm gonna picnic reset until I get a shiny Smeargle. I personally love Smeargle as a Pokemon. It's such a cool concept because its signature move, Sketch, allows you to copy any move in the entire game. And when you combine that with a fast Pokemon, you're able to use almost any move quickly, and it makes like way for some pretty funny and good gimmicks. people have even used it in competitive before and won like national and global tournaments with it, which I think is quite funny for a Pokemon which, if you didn't know about his moves as well, it would make him such a weak Pokemon if you just look at him based on his stats. But his gimmick makes him really usable and also really fun to use. My goal is that any shiny Pokemon which is encounterable within the main games without doing some sort of glitchy way, I will try and get. Even the box arts which can be gotten through either Ultra Sun or Sword and Shield adventure dungeons. I'm not having too much luck with the Smeargle, so I've decided to come down here because the normal encounter just ensures that pretty much only normal types can spawn. A lot of the Pokemon we're running into have green shinies. So like Doduo and Tauros and Chansey, they all have green shinies. Whereas Smeargle, he turns from green to a red-tipped paintbrush on him, which is pretty cool. I'm not having the best luck with shinies right now. I might switch on over to the Hoot Hoots and hope I get better luck in the Cursed Forest. Let's check any other normal types before I go over to the Hoot Hoot. Hariyama, Luxray, lots of Tatsugiri, because the Tatsugiri event's on right now. Increase shiny odds of those. But those guys are unfortunately not normal types. Which means for this challenge, it doesn't really mean anything. Hoot Hoot's over there. What I might do is I might try and go for either a shiny Ditto or Tandemaus. Even though there's no outbreaks for them, they spawn quite commonly within Encounter Power. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Before I go on over, I'm just gonna check the Survivor. Because what is Survivor's typing? I'm not too sure. I think it is just Solar Poison, but I could be wrong. It also has quite a cool shiny, with it being slightly green and purple, opposed to its normal like greyish blue and red fangs. Turns green. No shiny Survivor, which is fine. But now I'll move over to Paldea. Now I'm going to wander around there, either trying to get the shiny Tandemaus or the shiny Ditto, which I'd much prefer because it's such a rare Pokemon. I want to know, guys, what is your favourite Pokemon games? If you leave that in the comments, I'll be sure to respond to all of you. But my favourite Pokemon game is Pokemon X and Y, because that was my childhood games, or the games I played up the most when I was younger. I remember having countless hours on them. I also really liked Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, but that's because in those games, I shiny hunted Shuckle in eggs, and it took me, I think, at least a couple hundred or thousand eggs to get a shiny Shuckle. But when I got that shiny Shuckle, it was so worth it, because as you can tell by my channel name, I do love Shuckle. Personally, my favourite Pokemon. Even though he doesn't get much love from Nintendo. But I can't do anything about that. I will just continue to love Shuckle, even though he doesn't get the appreciation he deserves. I used to use a really fun set on him in competitive. I used to actually use a contrary set, which means any stat changes that happen, they get reversed. And with a move called Shell Smash, it normally increases speed, increases attack, and increases special attack. But instead, because I contrary, it will decrease speed, attack, and special attack, which sounds pointless, but it would also increase my defenses because it would normally lower them. So the contrary makes it go the other way. And because Shuckle is one of the strongest Pokemon already, as in has the highest defenses throughout like almost the entire games, it's very fun and cool to use because you can just sit there, be a brick wall, and they can't do anything about it. I remember in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I had a battle which lasted, I think, the entire battle timer. And it ended as a draw because we both were on our first Pokemon. Because they used their Gothitelle, which prevents you from switching out because of its ability, Shadow Tag. So we were both stuck in on our Pokemon. And because of Shuckle, because his defenses are so high, they have to balance it out in one way, which means his attack is so low. And especially after using Shell Smash a few times, he got way too weak to do any damage. Halfway in now through the sandwiches and no luck so far, no shinies, no nothing. I'll also be naming the shiny Pokemon after each one of you that suggested the comment. So that means for today's shiny Pokemon hunt, whenever I catch a Pokemon, I'll name it after Straubs, who was the one who suggested to do a normal encounter power. And like I said in the last video, if I get any duplicates, I will be giving them away to you guys. Whenever I do that, if I get any extra Pokemon, at the end of each month, I think I will make it the last Friday of each month. I will make either community announcement or a short video to tell you guys that which room code to use to be able to get the shiny Pokemon. And you also need to look out for my name to know it's me, but you can trade me any Pokemon. It doesn't need to be a shiny Pokemon. Okay, I'm moving over to Hoot Hoot now because my luck hasn't been too good as of so far. I think there's just under 14 minutes left of the sandwich and no shinies so far, which isn't the greatest. Especially when the whole series is about getting as many shinies as possible. And then I haven't gotten any within almost my first hunt. The shinies will come. It's just a matter of time. Because especially with normal types, there is just so many, it's almost impossible to not get a shiny. Because anywhere you run, you'll just get loads of them. And if I don't get a Hoot Hoot after quite a while, I will just move to Area 0, which is the centre of Paldea, in order to try and get a Dunsparce, which was also suggested in the comments. But more specifically, a 3-segment Dunsparce, which got added to this game. I think a shiny 3-segment Dunsparce is one of the rarest Pokemon in the game. Based on the stats in Pokemon Violet, because the base shiny rate is 4,056, and the chance of getting a shiny Dunsparce or the Dunsparce is 4,056, and the odds of getting a 3-segment is 1 in 100. That comes out to 1 in 405,600 Pokemon. The Dunsparces I encounter will turn out to be a 3-segment Dunsparce. which I'd say is quite rare. I want to know your guys' thoughts on Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, because I personally enjoy them, but I know a lot of people dislike the games because the frame rate's a bit poor and it seems a bit rushed, but I really enjoy that it's more open world, if you will, than the old and more recent Pokemon games, because you're able to actually, beyond just the shiny charm and hunting for Pokemon, you're actually able to get them a lot easier, which I think for me as a shiny hunter just makes it a lot better. Although the frame rate and graphics are a bit poor at times, it's manageable. It's not great, but you can manage. You know, when you buy a game, you obviously want it to be the best, and this game had so much potential, because if they just got that right, it would have been almost a perfect game, I'd say. And I'm hoping by the time Legends ZA come out, I'll actually be able to complete the Shiny Living Dex, because I think that seems quite achievable. Although there is 1,025 Pokemon, it'll be quite a stretch, but I'm hoping I can get it done in that time, because I normally have quite good shiny luck, which you wouldn't be able to tell from this video, because there's around 5 minutes left of the sandwich and still not a single shiny Pokemon. If I don't get a shiny within this video, what I'll do is I'll make a little segment at the end of me shiny hunting until I get one, whether that be the Dunsparce, the Smeargle at the start, the Hoot Hoots, the Tauroses, the Dodrios, all of them. I'll just keep going until I get a normal type shiny. So you're guaranteed to see a shiny in this video, where for you it might just be a 5-second break, whereas for me it could take me a few hours even, or a few sandwiches. I think a good way to end this video would be to go back to the Smeargles to try and get it one last time, because that's where we started, and it'll be quite cool to get that, as that was the original plan. Even though it was requested, the shiny evolutions. But I might even do another sandwich and make 2 sandwiches per video instead. I think by this point in the video I have definitely missed at least 1 or 2 shinies, because I just don't see that it's very likely that I've went this long without getting a shiny, which is a bit unfortunate, but that's the way it happens. There we go, there's the shiny Smeargle I was just about to reset. Look at that, that's a nice shiny. I did not know that its body went yellow. I like that shiny quite a lot, more than I thought I did. Now I need to get a Pokeball to match it. The repeat ball, which could be quite good because of the yellow and the red. Yeah, I do think the repeat ball is the right thing to do. I'm going to first full swipe it because it has a lot of PP, and that means Smeargle won't be able to kill itself because it's going to use Sketch. And if I didn't use full swipe, it would have started to struggle instantly, which would have meant I would have lost the shiny. I think a repeat was quite good for this one, but yeah, this is a beautiful shiny. A great way to start the series, even though it did take me almost the entire sandwich. But I think that was worth it because I love Smeargle. It's a great shiny. I still have 1 minute left, so I think I will picnic reset once in order to get more and hopefully get another shiny. Okay guys, that's the end of the sandwich. I'm gonna check around. I don't think there's any other shinies, but I do feel like one shiny wasn't good enough, so I will make another sandwich and I will shiny hunt again. But this time I think I might do a water encounter because there is a Sobble outbreak here, which is quite rare. And it's also a Pokemon I don't have yet, I don't think, at all within the game. I know I obviously don't have it shiny because this is the series where I do get them shiny. But yeah, I'm going to make a water encounter sandwich. Then I'm going to hunt this until I get at least one or two. And like I said, if I do get any duplicate shinies, which would be if I got another Smeargle, I would actually give it away to you guys. But as I said, that will be a separate video at the end of the month if I do in fact get a duplicate shiny. But this might be the end of the video, so if this is the end of the video, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for the support in the last video and I'm sure this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit notifications to be notified when I upload. And make sure to keep it shuckle.
But wait! There's more!
So guys, I recorded another 100 minutes, so almost 2 hours of footage of me just shiny hunting Sobble, resetting picnic reset with a shiny encounter power and a shiny sandwich, water. I did not get it. I spent almost 2 hours alone on Sobble. I did not get it. So guys, if you could just subscribe for that, the dedication I put in to not even get it, it would be much appreciated. I'll see you guys in the next video. So guys, if you just watched the last minute of me struggling, I'll put on some nice music for you guys. This music now is all thanks to this little thing here.